So, with your colleague, Mr. Fandi.
Fandi.
Good. I'll have a meeting after this with him, after we finish now.
Okay.
So, Mrs. Ngomibe, tell me about the current situation, the state of progress, of implementation of the SD3C project, country by country.
Now I don't have all reports of countries.
Okay.
But I know that in Mali,
okay,
they just finished transborder ciblage.
Targeting, ciblage is target, cible is to target. Targeting, so transborder targeting.
They just finished transborder targeting.
Okay.
In Mali.
In English, they call that country Mali, not Mali, Mali. Mali.
Mali.
Good.
Okay.
So,
in Senegal?
No, let us stop with Mali. What is transborder targeting? What is transborder targeting? Tell me, explain that to me. I don't know what it is. Hello?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Yes. What is transborder targeting?
SD3C has to work with in the component 2. SD3C has to implement the economic situation in the transborder areas.
Good.
Then the project choose the village or communities in the transborder areas, which, if we take Mali example, they have to choose the communities which Mauritania, Senegal, and Mali peoples can do the economic activities.
They can carry out, they don't do economic activities, they carry out economic activities, yes?
And at the beginning, the project in Mali organized a meeting between local authorities, NGO in the transborder areas, and the peoples in the communities to found together what will be the localities which which can help everybody if they implement their SD3C activities.
Okay. So hello?
Yes.
My main worry is this.
Yeah.
My main worry, my main problem, my main worry.
Yes.
Is that Mali, for example, has finished targeting of transborder areas where the project will be implemented. Are we together?
I don't hear, I cannot hear what you say.
Not ear, ear is l'oreille. I cannot put the I cannot hear. Hear, not ear. If you say ear, it's l'oreille. You peux pas oreille, c'est que tu dis. So, what I'm saying is this. Mali has finished with targeting of areas where the project will be implemented, especially the economic activities at the transborder level. Can you hear that? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yes.
I will not write. If you cannot understand my question, I will repeat the question. My main worry is that Mali has finished with one phase out of 3 main projects. The first, look at out of 3 main components of the project. 1, what are they doing concerning the empowerment of farmers and breeders? What are they doing? Have they done anything? In Mali specifically, have they done any other thing apart from identifying the targeting? Because I thought the project was going to go simultaneously, all the activities. So which other activity has the Malian part of the project done apart from targeting village areas for cross-border activities? Yes. Okay.
In Mali, the first and the second components in this state was implemented with FEO.
Okay.
And WFP.
Okay, FAO, not FEO, FAO.
FAO.
Okay, and WFP.
Yes.
So what did they specifically do?
In this state, the two UN agencies have just target.
Not just targeted. Remove half.
Just targeted people in the villages.
Okay.
Who can start activities for next year.
Okay. So they identified. They identified. Look at this word, please. Stakeholders. That is a very, very important word. Stakeholders in the villages. Stakeholders are the people who are directly or indirectly related to the project. Who are directly or indirectly. This one is more than beneficiary. For example, directly the chief of the village is not a beneficiary. Do you understand? But
yes,
when you go for your project implementation in that village, you must talk with the chief.
absolutely.
Because if you don't, or the local political authority, the chief of MPS in the village in Kelo, you must talk with him. If you don't, he can sabotage your project.
Yes, that's right.
Stakeholders include people, direct beneficiaries, and people who have an influence. In French, stakeholder is like participant, personne concernée. Good, partie prenante. Excellent. That's the right word. Les parties prenantes. So they are direct beneficiaries. Okay. So they have already identified the stakeholders and direct beneficiaries who will begin implementation in 2023.
No, 2022.
You said next year.
Oh. Because the identification of stakeholders was in the past.
Okay, it took place. The identification took place.
In Mali.
Yes.
Sorry?
The identification took place in the past. The identification, the identification took place in the past. Au passé. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you. So the UN agencies have already identified. They are finished with a phase, a major phase. Good.
They finished identification.
Okay.
And now in Mali, they are in the beginning of Hello?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
I say that in Mali now, it is the beginning of rainy season. And producers can begin their activities.
Okay. Please always remember, those people are not producers, they are farmers, les planteurs. They are farmers.
Farmers, not producers.
Because when you say producers, it's a general term for producteur.
Okay.
Okay. So, what about Senegal? You were talking about Senegal.
In Senegal, they are not in the same level. They are not in the same level with Mali.
Okay.
Because the project in Senegal has problems.
Okay.
They finish their phase, and they write budget to begin another phase.
Okay, in Senegal, they are finished with a phase. So they are waiting for the budget.
Yes.
From who?
From FIDA.
Okay, I thought it was from the government because. So as in Senegal, in Mali.
It is not, but it is not the same budget with SD3.
Wait, SD3 budget does not include Senegal?
No, I say that it was not the same budget with SD3C.
Okay.
If you remember, I said that in the country, SD3C use FIDA projects in the country.
Okay.
It's meaning that project has its own budget.
Its own budget.
Yeah. And SD3C use workers, project workers to work.
Okay, so Senegal has finished the first phase for the 3 components of the project.
No. Sorry, Mr. Oui. Bonjour, Suleiman. Ça va et toi? Ça va, alhamdulillah. Ça va. Et la fête? De rien, je vous en prie. Je vous en prie. Ça va, la famille? Merci beaucoup. Merci. Yeah, I'm here.
Good. Although I cannot see you, but I know you are there. So, what in Senegal, have they finished the first phase of the 3 components, or they are still lagging behind? Lagging behind, to lag behind means it's an encore derrière, behind. To lag behind means it's an encore on a certain phase. Yes.
Senegal is lagging behind.
In which part?
I try to explain this.
Okay.
Hello?
I'm listening.
I say that in Senegal we have the project which name PARLEZ.
Yes. Hello? Hello?
Oh my God.
Is it okay?
God, what is this? Hello?
Hello? Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Good, you say that in Senegal.
I say that SD3C use the human resources of PARLEZ project.
Okay, yes.
And PARLEZ has finished his budget. And he wants to FIDA
to give its own contribution.
He wants FIDA contribution to continue.
Okay. Please, you can say PARLEZ has exhausted or used up its budget.
Hello, I don't hear you.
Yes, I say you can say that pour dire qu'ils ont épuisé leur budget, ou ils ont déjà utilisé tout leur budget. You can say PARLEZ has exhausted or used up its budget. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Good. So
PARLEZ exhausted or used up its budget.
So they are waiting for funding from FIDA to continue.
To continue.
Okay. What about Burkina Faso?
Burkina Faso, I don't have reports.
Okay.
They justified that with political troop.
Instability, political instability. Yes. So we look at it, please. Due to political instability, they are lagging behind, or they can't work normally. Is that the story? Due to means à cause de.
À cause de.
So due to political instability, they can't work. Sorry, I put can there, but put apostrophe T. They can't work normally.
Yes.
Okay. What about how they call this other country? Mauritania, where you are before we go to Chad.
Mauritania has just since the founding accord.
No, not seen now. We have solved this problem. This word is signed. Signed. Good. Then signature. That's signature, sick. So they have just signed. Okay, they have just signed the agreement, not accord, agreement.
The agreement.
Okay, with G5 Sahel. Good. What about Chad?
No, not G5 Sahel, FIDA.
Wait, then what is G5 Sahel's role? I thought they signed it with G5 Sahel, and then FIDA now works through G5 Sahel with them.
No, they signed with governments of country, between FIDA and governments of
the
countries.
Country. Yes.
Of the countries.
Yes.
And also between G5 Sahel and governments signed also agreements for retrocession.
Yes, to hand over retrocession, remettre now.
Hello?
Yes, does retrocession. Look at this, hand over, retrocéder quelque chose means remettre à quelqu'un.
Yes.
So it's to hand over.
The part of budget.
The part of the budget that the country has to give to G5 Sahel to manage the project, to run the project. Good. You said it was 10% of the total cost of the project. 20%.
13%.
13%.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Thank you. Now it's clear. What about Chad?
Chad is in the first component.
Okay.
Now in WFP is working about ça, je vais dire en français.
Yes, WF, tell me, I will explain in English, yes.
La réhabilitation des digues.
What is a dig?
C'est les aménagements hydro-agricoles.
Okay. Les digues. Okay, so which means that the trenches were there. Les digues existaient avant.
Yes.
Okay.
Mais c'est cassé.
Okay. So the rehabilitation of hydro-agricultural dikes. Dikes means good. Dikes means les digues. Okay. Which means it's in the first phase of the project.
In the first component.
Okay, first component, sorry, yes.
Those dikes help farmers to use water for their fields.
Okay, so those dikes help for them to have water first.
The region of lack.
Which means that when the rain falls or when there is water, they store the water. To store means, to store water means garder l'eau. They store water, retenir l'eau.
In some areas, but I talk about a region of Lake Chad.
Lake Chad, yes. Regions of Lake Chad. Yes.
In Lake Chad, we have the hydro-agricultural.
Hydro, Mrs. Ngomibe. Hydro. Agricultural, yes.
Aménagement.
Good. It depends on what you see as aménagement. So you have aménagement agro.
Hydro-agricole.
Aménagement hydro-agricole. Okay. Wow. You have some very big words for small things, simple things. So, which means that the aménagement, is it like development of hydro-agricultural development, or what is aménagement, first of all?
They have, in Lake Chad, they have machines.
Okay.
Who can take water from lake and
distribute
in the fields.
Okay. Through pipes. Pipes.
Yes.
The tuyaux. Okay.
Avec les tuyaux et les canaux.
Pipes and canals. Okay.
Farmers can use all time this water to work.
So please, in the Lake Chad area, it is possible.
It is possible.
Okay,
and they do. In Lake Chad, we can do 3 productions in the years.
Okay, that's great.
And the dike,
yes, the dikes were out of use. Just put it like this. The dikes were out of use. Out of use means hors d'usage, good. Out of use for several reasons. Diverses raisons.
Yes.
Diverses raisons. Bon. Okay. For several reasons. One of them is that some were destroyed. Okay, so now they are reinstating them.
Yes.
Okay, which means there is some progress there. Then the last country, which is it Guinea?
Niger.
Niger, sorry. Yes, Niger Republic.
Niger also, we don't have the reports.
Okay.
We are watching.
What is their reason for not providing you an up-to-date? Please, this is a good expression, up-to-date situation report. What is the reason? Up-to-date means à jour.
No, there are not available results.
Okay, there are no available results.
No.
But have they signed the agreement with FIDA, with the G5 Sahel?
To do what?
The agreement for SD3C to implement the project. They must sign a document with FIDA. Good. Have they signed it, or they are still dragging their feet?
They signed it since February
last year.
Last year, yes.
See, please, this expression is an expression that you will meet. They are still dragging their feet. To drag their feet, it means that ils sont en train de prendre leur temps. Ils sont en train de faire ça lentement.
Mais peut-être sûrement.
Non, même pas sûrement, lentement. For example, if you ask for a favor from somebody and the person says yes, but is not doing it, it means that the person is dragging his or her feet.
They are still dragging their feet.
Their feet. Good. So they are very slow.
Yes.
Very good. Okay. Then what about Benin?
No, Benin is not in SD3C.
So why is Mr. Fandi or SD3C employs workers from all over Africa?
You can ask him after.
See, I will ask him today, don't worry. See, what I know is that I have somebody who is, she's a Chadian, but she's a Cameroonian. She's a Cameroonian, but says that she's a Chadian. Her father is in Garoua. Her mother...
They have two nationalities.
She has two nationalities because some of her sisters and brothers are Cameroonians, some are Chadians. So I think I'll check with Mr. Fandi to know whether he has two nationalities, one in G5 Sahel and one out of Okay, thanks very much. Please,
Thank you.
I sent you a document, BBC.
Yes.
Please, I want us now to go to the next level. The next level is what? The next level is for you not to speak English the way you speak Ngambai, slowly, slowly. And you take your time. No, or the way you speak French. English is a lively language. So so the document and the audio, print the document and do what we did with SD3C presentation. You read, you listen to the way they say it, you read it aloud, you practice reading it the way you hear it. So you do it faster, yes, faster than you normally do. And then from there, every day, please just practice 1 page, not 2, 1 page. So when you play the audio and you are looking at the text, when the first page ends, start the audio again. And then you do what we do. As it is playing, you are reading. And then when you see a word, like the first document about Angela Merkel, I'm sure that's what I sent to you. The first, when you see a word that the pronunciation is not the way you pronounce it, try to write the pronunciation like I do. When write it the way you can understand. Yes, write it like, look at this word. Please read it. Let me put it again. Let me put it. Read this, what I have written here.
Budget.
Not budget. Let me write it again here. You pause. Jack.
Budget.
Budget. But this is the spelling. In French is budget, the same spelling. So when you see a word that is, yes, that is confusing you in terms of pronunciation, write your own way, the way you can pronounce it as you hear it. Please, if we work on this, there are 8 audios like that. Let us take every week, we work on one, page after page, page after page. You will discover that when you speak English, it will be different from when you speak French in terms of the movement. Because French is flat, Ngamba flat, and then in Ngamba you have to speak slowly for people to understand you. So please, thanks very much for today. I am already uploading the first video, which is 39%. It's a bit slow today, but immediately it finishes to upload, I will send it to you.
Okay.
Just play it, reduce the volume, play it, and then from here now, I will do a list of words that you didn't pronounce well. I will post on WhatsApp and make you the audio. Like hydro. Hydro is hydro.
Okay.
Good. Thanks very much. Do you have any question, please, or any worry?
No.
Okay.
I see you on Friday.
Good. Friday, I'll be here. We have 2 sessions this week. And if possible, regularly, we should have 2 sessions, short sessions. It's better.
Okay.
Good. So say hello to your sister, the doctor, and to your baby, and to all your colleagues there. Goodbye.
Thank you. Goodbye.
You're welcome.